give a few seconds for my live audience to catch up, and I'm going to give Mazikeen her cursory treats. Let's see. Hopefully everybody's on by now. All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope you're feeling lucky. Welcome to Mixing Night. I'm your host, Ken Lewis, and I have the weirdest discography in the entire music industry. I've been swimming in this river of shit called the music business for 29 years now, and I just collected my 103rd gold record for Kanye West, Lost in the World. I sang on that, and I also did the tribal drums. So that is now my 16th plaque with Kanye. What? Some of my favorites I've gotten to work on are Power, Heartless, Gold Digger, All of the Lights, bunch of stuff off the College Dropout. Thank you, Kanye, truly. It's amazing. I have a killer show for you guys tonight. In a few minutes, I'm sprint mixing the unreleased upcoming single Cooler from independent artist AJ Smith. Although, I don't think he's going to be independent for very much longer. It's just a guess, but you decide for yourself. The song is awesome. I'm doing a sprint mix of it, and I'm also doing a full mix breakdown of it throughout the night as well. So feel free to ask me any questions that you want about it. I'm answering some pre-submitted questions using that session as well. So stay tuned for that. AJ is live with us tonight at 8:30. He's going to answer a few questions off the chat roll, so fire away when he arrives. And he's also going to do a live performance of his next single after Cooler, a song called Drama, which is what I'm about to mix next. This dude is lethal. You don't want to miss him. Just thank me later. Ear training tonight is rapid fire frequencies. Of course, with a twist. You know, Ken, why the twist? Why always the... Yeah. You know, it's the real world around here. I got to prepare you guys for that river of shit that high level of sessions are going to throw at you guys. And, you know, I want you to get thinking quickly with your ears. So ear training is around 9 p.m. The rapid fire frequency is going to be fun. And you can download the worksheet for ear training in the description for the video you're watching right now. So grab that before ear training. Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, brings you a segment on free and not so free vocal tuning and manipulation plugins. Really, really cool segment. Stay tuned for that. So I've got another awesome giveaway for you guys. Who's in? Last year we gave away a Universal Audio Apollo X8 mothership, like the big one. And we gave away an Empirical Labs hardware distressor. So I'm back, baby. I got another one. I twisted Arturia's arms, and I got Arturia to offer up a $2,700 total studio giveaway. The contest is on right now. There's a link in the description for you to enter. So open a new tab and enter the contest while you're watching so you don't forget, because somebody's going to win it. And next show, March 31st, is we're giving away that Arturia Total Studio giveaway live on air. And also, that is our anniversary show. Anniversary show. I can't believe it's been a year. So, first of all, I got vaccinated just over a week ago. So, I've got one more week to go until I'm fully immune. I've been locked in this house for a year, and it's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait. Please get vaccinated and wear your damn masks until that vaccination comes. I had no side effects from the vaccinations. You know, if you hydrate and take some vitamin D, load yourself up before, you'll probably be fine. Okay, let's see. What's next? We're doing the beat challenge tonight. Last show we wrapped up a mixing contest. This show we've got a beat challenge going on. So I served you up a royalty-free loop, and you guys grabbed it and made some pretty amazing music with it. I play my top 10 favorites tonight with shout-outs to all of the creators. Man, it's just so cool to hear all of the different creative directions that one starter can inspire. And I'm like, judging this contest is the funnest thing ever. Just hearing like where you guys take all these things, it's really just incredible. So that's coming up around, I think, 9:20, 9:30. I'm going to do the beat challenge. But now, on to the sprint mixes. Time to earn my paycheck. Side note, I did a Clubhouse room last night with the BTS ARMY. So if anybody is joining us from BTS ARMY, Thank you. Welcome. Glad you found mixing night. And last night's room was so much fun. But what did I want to tell you? Oh, one of the questions I got in that Clubhouse room was they asked me, how do I deal with the pressure of high-level sessions? And that really got me thinking. And like the sprint mixes are high pressure. That's what it is. It teaches you to deal with pressure among many other things. So, you know, my answer was like, I want to be the guy that is sought after for the biggest challenge. I want to be the guy that when nobody else can solve it, you know, they're like, well, okay, it's time to call Ken. Like, I want to be that guy. So give me the pressure. I'm happy with it. And you know, just doing all these sessions for 29 years is probably what gave me such a thick skin and ability to work fast. And the sprint mixes, basically you have 10 minutes and you got to make it sound good. This is real life, real session stuff. And, you know, imagine that you have an artist ready to cut vocals and they're waiting on your rough mix. So, you know, the sprint mixes can teach you the ability to strike great balances very quickly, live with them and move on to the next thing and not overthink things. It teaches you to shed the technology and stop using plugins so much and think more about balances. And I tell you, when you see the full mix of Cooler, not that this is the sprint, this is mixed stems down to 30 stems. When you see the full mix, you're going to be a little bit surprised. So stay tuned later on. I'm going to do a full mix breakdown of that. But, okay, so what is sprint mixing? Sprint mixing is like a live action player one video game for mixing. That's sprint mix. That's what I did. So, you can do them too. I sell these at my school, audioschoolonline.com. I have a bunch of sprint mixes up there. Not this one. But other great ones. So you can practice your mixing. And I'm going to shut up and put 10 minutes on the clock and put my money where my mouth is and see how I do. So there's 30 stems and I have 10 minutes from faders completely down. Oh, this is not the right session, Ken. This is the full mix. give me 1 second. So I have 10 minutes from faders down to fully rough mixed as well as I can do it in only 10 minutes. Come on now. Where's my lights? Here we go. All right. Maybe this will work out after all. Okay. Masking up. Stay safe out there, everybody. This is AJ Smith Cooler. Come on, 10 minutes on the clock, Ken. Boom, 10 minutes. Showtime.
I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Next time, cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, and my leather jacket. Next time, I'll bring 'em better. I'll be more enthusiastic. Bring 'em better sense of humor. I'll be more enthusiastic. Bring 'em better sense of humor. Ha, I promise I'll be cooler. No, I won't be no loser. Blow your mind with conversation. Won't believe the transformation. I promise I'll be cooler. Cooler. I'll be more enthusiastic. Bring 'em better sense of humor. I'm sipping on my honey ginger green tea. 'Cause when I drink coffee I get jittery. And I'm already nervous when you're next to me. I pray to my watch, the time would just stop. I don't know what to say. And when I walk through that door next time, I promise I'll be cooler. 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 I swear I will be smoother.
So you notice in just over 5 minutes, every single fader is in the mix. All 30 faders are in the mix. Now I can jump to any portion of the song that I want, and it should start sounding like a finished, put-together thing. And then I can just immediately evaluate everything because everything's in and everything is reacting to each other.
If you think I'm corny or I'm sweet, or I'm way too wrapped up in these insecurities, I gotta calm down, think I'm blowing in. If you think I'm corny or I'm sweet, or I'm way too wrapped up in the insecurities, I gotta calm down, think I'm blowing in now. And I hope that I made a good impression on you. And if I didn't, baby, maybe I can get a redo, and we can meet back here in a day or two. And when I walk through that door next time, I promise I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic. Bring a better sense of humor. Ha, I promise I'll be. No, I won't be no loser. Blow your mind with conversation. Won't believe the transformation. I promise I'll be cooler. Cooler, so cool. If you think I'm corny or I'm sweet, I promise I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic. I'm sipping on my honey ginger know what to say, cause I don't talk a lot. Spend a couple points, and I'm hoping you can get my stomach out of knots. I have to admit, I'm not good at this, and I hope that I made a good impression on you. And if I didn't, baby, maybe I can get a redo, and we can meet back here in a day or two. And when I walk through that door, cool Lord, I swear. And when I walk through that door, and when I walk through that door next time, and when I walk through that door next time, I promise I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket. And when I walk through that door next time, I promise I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket. And when I walk through that door next time, I swear I will be smoother. So be cooler. So be cooler. Cooler. So be cooler. So be cooler. No, I won't be no loser. Blow your mind with conversation. Won't believe the transformation. I promise I'll be cooler. Cooler? I wonder if you're laughing at my jokes or me. I don't know if you think I'm corny or I'm sweet. Oh, I'm way too wrapped up in these insecurities. I gotta calm down, think I'm blowing it now. And I hope that I made a good impression on you. And if I didn't, baby, maybe I can get a redo, and we can meet back here in a day or two. And when I walk through that door next time, I promise I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic, bring a better sense of humor. Ha, I promise I'll be cooler.
All right. It came together. It came together easier than I thought it was going to. I should have made that a little more challenging on myself. I may have to piece that out even more and maybe unmix some of the vocals or something the next time I sprint that one. But I'm also just getting better at sprints. I've noticed that the stuff that used to be a challenge for me and used to take me every moment of 10 minutes to make sure that I have, everything in place. Now I'm like 8 minutes in and I'm like, oh, okay, it's sounding like a record. Let me fine tune a couple little things. And all right. So sprint mixing, if you noticed while I was doing it, one of the techniques that I use, and I use this in regular mixing, is you'll see me very quickly solo and unsolo something. And basically what I'm doing is, so if I
will be smoother. Leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic. Bring humor.
So what I'm doing is I'm quickly soloing, letting my brain identify what it's hearing, cataloging it, and then allowing my brain to follow that around the mix wherever it is. It's much easier to hear an instrument within the context of the full mix if you just very briefly hear it in solo. I don't work in solo. Every now and then there's a reason to work in solo when you really have to fine tune something or like that. But usually, I work very infrequently in solo and for not very long stretches of time when I do. So I'm going to get to some Q&A because we got 10 minutes until AJ comes on for a live stream performance of his next single, Drama. Fucking great song, Jesus. Let's go to Q&A. Abraham Knowlton from the chat roll. Hey, Ken. Any advice on dealing with difficult clients? I'm currently at revision 8. Abraham, revision 8 is not all that bad. I mean, it's not all that good. It's not fun. But I find that if I'm doing an entire album, one song is going to go to revision 8 or 9. There's, it's just the way it is. But one thing you can ask your clients what speakers they're listening on, because every now and then you're going to get a crazy ass answer like, oh, I'm just listening on my laptop headphones, or I have these earbuds, and they're judging your mix on their fucking earbuds, which might only be halfway in. You just don't even know. So it might be you, it might be them, it might be a combination of both. Just, try and be professional and just ask them questions and be accommodating, and don't work with them again. I mean, there's like a 90-10 rule or an 80-20 rule that the 10%, your 10% most problematic clients, just get rid of them. They're not worth it. And, they usually pay you the least and give you the most headaches. That's always the way it goes. So if that client is that for you and you just don't need them, then, there's other things that you can do with your life. Okay, let me go to my Q&A. Ooh, ear training is going to be good tonight. Ear training is at 9 o'clock. And this is Ken Lewis and Mixing Night. If you're just joining me, thanks for tuning in. If anybody from the BTS ARMY is tuning in tonight from Clubhouse last night, welcome to Mixing Night. Good to have you aboard. And if Bora Park is out there, Bora, good to see you. Okay, on to Q&A. Mike Heebz asks, hey Ken, where is the location of this storage locker that's holding the one and only copy of Wu-Tang Clan's double album Once Upon a Time in Shaolin? I don't know where that government locker is, so the inside joke here is I mixed that double album, and there's only one copy in existence, and it currently sits in a government storage locker. And the kicker is, the only person contractually, legally able to steal that album is Bill Murray. I shit you not. It's in the transaction. Okay, Josh S asks, I like this question. Hey Ken, thanks for all that you guys do. You're welcome, Josh. I'm producing music in my semi-truck. How fucking cool is that? Okay, I'm producing music in my semi-truck, and I was wondering what are the best of my options, using a home theater receiver or headphones, or go spend my next paycheck on some studio reference speakers. I wouldn't spend, if you have headphones that you trust, just use your headphones and then reference it on speakers whenever you can, and just listen to a song and then listen to yours and see how the balances are. But I would say headphones are going to probably be fine for you. And if you're producing music in your semi, hopefully not while you're driving, but I hope you're using an iPad. I produce on the iPad all the time. I created the starter for the Beat Challenge on the iPad, and I find it really, really creative and liberating and incredibly portable, and easy to use. Okay, good luck, Josh. Matthew K asks, ooh, I can show this. Matthew K asks, hey Ken, what are your top 3 Brainworx tools from Plugin Alliance, and what do you use them most for? Okay, well, so throughout the night tonight, I'm going to be breaking down the full mix of AJ Smith Cooler, the one I just sprint mixed like a minute ago. So the full mix has like 144 tracks. It's big. And then I stemmed those 144 tracks down to about 30 stems for the sprints. But I'm pulling up the entire full session now, and I'm going to show you basically my top 3 Brainworx plugins. And for those that don't know, Dirk Ulrich actually just left the company. Well, he is no longer CEO of Plugin Alliance. He is still owner and I think CEO of Brainworx, and he's heading up the America division, but he's exited stage left. And I've known Dirk since he founded Brainworx, and his only original plugin was the BX Digital, and that was the very, very first plugin ever that did MS EQ, which was revolutionary for us mixers, because the only guys who could do MS EQ before us were the mastering guys. And man, when the mastering guys would show me the MS shit, I would be like, oh, come on, why can't we get this shit? Then Dirk came along. So thank you, Dirk. Good luck in your next endeavors. And good luck to when you're running the company now. Okay. back to the question. Matthew K asks, what are your top 3 Brainworx tools? Boom. Okay. Here's cooler. I do this on almost every mix. Okay. Here's Brainworx BX Digital. Sometimes I will use this to EQ the mix bus, but often it's just my very slight stereo widener. I'm at 112% from 100, not very much. And I usually don't like going beyond that, maybe 113 or 14 at most, but beyond that, you're really just incurring too much phase. Another one of my Plug-in Alliance favorites, the Black Box HG2. This is like a saturator. So, you know, I don't know what this thing does. I like it. It does something that seems to always be pleasing to my mixes. So I'll give you a before and after. I mean, obviously there's a level difference going on there too, so it sounds a lot more drastic than it actually is. But it's a really nice saturator. I like it a lot. And my third favorite Plug-in Alliance plugin would probably... Oh, hey, Mazzy. If you haven't seen Mazakeen, she's with us tonight on the Mazzy Cam. Hey, Maz, she's a treat whore tonight. All right, babe, you're going to get plenty of treats. You just relax. So the BX Master Desk is the other Plug-in Alliance one that I really love. And I happen to be using it on Cooler. That was just a fluke that this question came up. But you'll see on the mix bus a lot, you'll see me use different stuff on the mix bus all the time. And that goes for vocals and everything else, because they're just tools, and one tool can replace another tool, usually pretty easily. And I like to just pull up different tools and try things. So this one was not too complicated. I used the limiter, trim the output a little bit. I used a little bit of a resonance filter at 3150, a bit of a boost into there. Here's the de-esser across the entire mix. Listen, see what this does. You can see the de-esser reacting when the mix goes. So it's kind of like a safety net. This little de-esser section here really can take away a bit of high frequency harshness on your mix when those momentary harshness things happen. Like if you were just watching, you saw the de-esser really light up on one of the big background moments, and it was a big S. And, you know, it does a good job of softening things up. Okay, so those are my top 3 Brainworx. I got... I'll show that after. I am going to try to loop in AJ Smith. Wish me luck. I might as well keep this. No, let me just hide this. Okay, I'm going to be pulling that session up throughout the night. So feel free to fire off questions on the chat roll. I have Dominic on the chat roll monitoring questions and fishing the best questions off the chat roll and feeding them to me live on my screen in front of me. So I'm actually, I can't see the chat roll, but we actually, one of Lori and my favorite things to do is rewatch the broadcast later and read through the chat roll, because you guys are hilarious. And we really enjoy that. So I'm really glad you guys are so active and enjoy the show so much. We really have a blast putting it together. Okay, I'm going to try and call AJ and see if I can get him. Wish me luck. Let's see. Why don't I hear that? Okay. We'll give him a moment to join me. I'll ask from the chat roll. Seon asks, hey Ken, how many projects do you mix on average each day, and do you take days off? My wife is laughing from the other room. Do I take days off? What are days off? Can somebody tell me what is a day off? I don't understand that. I usually my maximum is 3 or 4 songs in 2 days. And then I really need to chill for like a half a day and just relax. But I can get really mentally focused, and 3 songs every 2 days is about the fastest that I like to go. Even though I could do it much faster, I just feel like the quality of the work is, might suffer a little bit, and I don't want that. I don't know why AJ is not on here. I'm gonna text AJ and ask him to call me. Let me see if that is the. Oh wait. Oh, he emailed me a link. Don't put the screen on, sweetie. Sorry, I will. All right, back to the chat roll. Big Thrill Sound asks, "Hey Ken, do you ever use the mono maker on BX plugins? Honestly, I don't like it. Every time I try to use the mono maker, I don't like what it does. It just, I don't know. I just don't like the results. So the answer is no. I almost never use that, although I have tried many, many times. Here it is. Oh, this is a Zoom link. I don't have Zoom. Did we use Zoom? I thought we did Skype. Yeah, I need to hit you on Skype, AJ, if you're watching. Oh my goodness, Mazzy. Mazzy is really treat hounding tonight. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about AJ, but I'm going to soldier on until we figure this shit out. We'll get him up on the show as soon as possible, and man, it's going to be worth it. He is just such a great performer. And AJ, if you're watching, I can't monitor my phone. You got to email me. Let's see. George Thompson from the chat roll asks, "Hey Ken, how do you mix real instruments to make them sound consistent with virtual instruments when you mix?" So real instruments that have been recorded with microphones or directs or things like that tend to have a bit more dynamics. So a lot of times you need to use, hey, get back, come on, down, lay down, good girl, you stay with the Mazzy cam. Okay. A lot of times, what was the fucking question? Shit. Sorry. Oh, live instruments, yeah. Sometimes you need a bit more compression on live instruments, and that's why you need compression on vocals more, because they're live and they have more dynamics. And typically in pop or louder, music, you have less dynamics, so you really reduce that stuff. I would say when something is coming out of a box, it usually sounds much, much better, often perfect for your mix. And a lot of times, I won't touch a sound. I'll just put it in the mix where it belongs. No plugins, no nothing. You'll see that again with Cooler in a bit. Well, I guess I could show that right now. So, one of the most amazing things to me when I pulled up the Cooler mix was how simple it is. And they loved their rough mix. They were really in love with the rough mix, and I thought the rough was pretty good when I heard it. Oh, here he comes. All right, AJ is boom, boom. Oh, AJ, where are you? I hear you. I don't see you yet.
What's up? Hold on, I gotta get audio through. My bad.
All good. Hey, AJ. Hey,
Skype preferences, audio, video settings, microphone. Sorry, dude.
Oh, it's all good, bro.
All right, I think I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. If you can give me any more overall volume, I can juice it up here, though. So, if anybody has any questions for AJ after his performance, fire him up on the chat roll right now, and when he's done, I will fire him up some questions. But AJ, I don't know if you were tuning in.
I'm not getting you.
Oh shit! Really? Fuck me.
Maybe Skype microphone.
Oh wait. Yeah. How about now? You got me now? AJ? AJ? Damn.
Nothing yet.
How about now? How about now?
Nope.
All right. I'm going to tell him to go ahead and play.
I'm on
If you can hear me, just go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I just quit him. AJ, call me back, brother. So we did rehearse this. You know, this is live broadcast. The shit just happens this way. What can you do? Hopefully he's gonna be back and awesome. I don't know if he realizes I hung up on him. Timothy. Oh, here we go. All right. Can you hear me?
I still can't hear you.
Fuck me. I wonder if. Yep. What? How about now?
Yes.
All right.
Now I got you.
Oh, all right.
What's
AJ,
up, dude?
Great to see you, man. Yeah. So I've been mixing for you, and
I was listening.
Dude, your fucking songs are awesome. How long have you been like doing the independent artist thing? What's your next steps? How has the pandemic been?
Yeah, so pandemic has been super interesting for creatively to be able to go in and kind of just hunker down, not have to see people, which is kind of I feel like musicians were actually built for this a little bit, social distancing, we do that already.
Almost nothing has changed for me. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's been great. Hold on, I lost my headphones. So yeah, that's been. I mean, obviously, I lost all of my tour dates and stuff, so that kind of sucked. So from the live perspective,
who have you toured with? Give us some names. Some people you've toured with.
Well, I guess when I was first coming up, the first major artist that I opened for was the Eagles.
Shit.
So Hotel California. If you were, I don't think this crew would be like, oh, the Eagles like the football team, but that has happened before.
Really?
No joke. When I've been like, I opened for the Eagles, and they were like, what, like the national anthem? I was like,
no,
the
super group.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's crazy. So you must be pretty fucking good. What's your next steps? What do you? I talked to your manager, so I know you guys are. I know what your hopeful plans are. Yeah. Can you talk about that or?
A little bit, yeah. So I've been just working on writing really great songs, and getting them in the hands of really awesome people like yourselves, to be able to make this what was like this raw, to me, awesome thing, but not a perfect thing. Now you're making it like perfect. And it's so sick. So now we want to get them out in the world, but we want to do it right.
Kev J off the chat roll asks, hey AJ, what inspired the song Cooler, and how long did it take to record?
Yeah, so I wrote that one for my girlfriend. Actually, I just proposed to her, so fiance.
Yeah, congratulations. You're engaged now.
I know, big steps. It's pretty wild. But yeah, so I wrote that based on our first date, and like those nervous jitters that you get going into a date. And I met her on Bumble, so I was like, gosh, is she gonna think as cool as I am when she actually meets me in person? I hope she thinks I'm cool. If she doesn't, and so I was sitting there oh gosh, okay.
And you wrote
she ended
that
up thinking I was cool enough to go on a second date though. So.
No, I think it worked out for you. And you wrote that with our mutual good friend Jensen Vaughn, which is how you and I met.
Jensen.
Yeah,
Jensen's the dude.
Yeah, that dude. God, he's a phenomenal writer. Okay, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. You're going to play what might be your single after Cooler, a song called Drama.
Yeah.
So give us some drama.
You're hearing everything, right? Driving by your ex-best friend, get married to your ex-boyfriend down at the pier, same place he swore he still loved you last year. Where we begged for your fate, lie straight to your face, said I'm yours, dear. Your heart begins to race, don't know what to say, call your mom crying on the phone. Then you hear it ring from the front row, and oh, you're feeling betrayed. All you get's that cliche, how we all make mistakes. Next thing you know, you're screaming at the top of your lungs, how you're sick and tired of bleeding for the love, how they're acting like you're crazy, and God, it drives you crazy. Wouldn't life be great without this drama? Without this drama, I think I'm losing my mind. Wouldn't life be great without this drama? Without this drama, I think I'm losing my mind. Soon you started storming down the aisle, wild in denial, right as they begin reading their vows, making promises you know won't work out. You don't care who sees, in complete disbelief, so you're making a scene. Now it's telling you to sit, but you're not taking this. It's never ending, no, they never quit. So why should you? You're through with them, twisting the truth. You're shaking with grief, so you turn to the priest and you try to speak, but next thing you know, you're screaming at the top of your lungs, how you're sick and tired of bleeding for the love, how they're acting like you're crazy, but you're not fucking crazy. Wouldn't life be great without this drama? Without this drama, I think I'm losing my mind. Wouldn't life be great without this drama? Without this drama, I think I'm losing my mind. Your eyes are somewhere distant. It's the only way you keep from falling. Keep wishing they might listen, but maybe they'll never know how much they've hurt you, darling. Wouldn't life be great without this trauma? Without this trauma, I think I'm losing my mind. Oh, wouldn't life be great without this drama? 'Cause I'm so sick and tired of all this drama. I think I'm losing my mind.
So much yes, dude. So much yes. I love it. All right. So I'm going to fire a couple more questions from the chat roll at you. But Josh S. asks, hey, AJ, what, if any, kind of vocal training have you done, or are you just naturally badass?
Thanks. So I have done some. You know, like I did end up getting a vocal teacher like 2 years ago, because I had the range, but I didn't have the control to be able to like hold out some of those high notes and stuff. And so I started working with somebody to kind of try to figure that out. I don't see them as often as I should. But it's like a once a month thing.
Did they teach you basically to reposition your voice so that you're using different parts of your throat and your chest to accomplish the things that you could do before it painfully? Is that?
Yeah. So they worked with it so I can get that sort of scratchy, cool sound, but not in a way that's like damaging my vocal cords, so that I could do it night after night after night.
That's usually the key.
So that's been awesome.
Right. That's usually the key that I hear, that especially touring artists get vocal coaches to make sure that your vocals can last that entire tour, night after night after night, singing. All right, back to the chat roll. Viva Victor asks, hey AJ, who are some of your songwriting influences?
Oh man, so many. Bruno Mars, just Queen, obviously. I mean, tons. Just tons. John Mayer, like for guitar stuff, you know, that's what I listened to in high school.
Oh, he's so
that
sick.
Continuum album. I just had it on repeat all the time. Fun. Hey, fun. Obviously. So, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna 846. Let's get. Do we have one? Yeah, one more question. Seon asks, what are your top 3 guitar effects? Do you use pedals or what do you use?
I do. I don't have them with me right now because I came down to I'm still not used to saying fiance. My fiance's dad's house down in Florida for this. So I legit just brought down like a Focusrite, my computer, and then I just plugged in guitar rig for this.
So what pedals do you tour with though?
Honestly, I've started doing MIDI. So I got like this old MIDI controller, like foot pedal. So then that way I could end up triggering different sounds for different songs. So it's always consistent. My delays or anything like that are always in time, and I like run stuff through Ableton. So then that way it's just always going to be the exact sound that I want for the exact song.
And do you perform with in-ears?
Yeah.
Okay. For those that don't know,
if I do anything with click, you have to have the in-ear.
Right.
You know?
So those that don't know, in-ears are those in-ear monitors so that they can hear themselves without studio, you know, like speaker wedges in front of them. So, cool. So when do you think you'll be back to touring?
Oh man, I'm really hoping that I'm back to touring like July. Supposedly, I'm gonna be opening for Billy Joel this summer. We'll see if that still happens. Fingers crossed.
That would be amazing, dude. Holy shit. Well, good luck. Good luck with that if it happens. All right, I'm gonna get back to the show. Dude, you sounded incredible tonight. Thank you for performing and tuning in, and I will be seeing you and talking to you very soon. So.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for making my songs sound fucking awesome.
Thank you. And what are your socials?
At AJ Smith Music everywhere.
Great. At AJ Smith Music. All right, AJ. Thank you very much. I will talk to you later, my friend.
Man. Later, man.
Bye-bye. Oh, man, he's a killer. Do you hear that voice? I mean, come on. That dude is going places. All right. What do we have next? I got to stick to my schedule here. I wanted to show this. Emmanuel asks, hey, Ken, how do you understand if samples from Splice have good sonic qualities or not, and how do you layer them with other sounds? Okay, Emmanuel, I suspect that the problem that you might be having is that so if you don't know how to figure out the key of a song, every single song that you ever hear has a key. And here's the cheat code for Splice. Melody. Okay. So if I'm in Splice and I want things to always work together musically, and I don't know how else to do that, I'm going to set a key. So I'm going to say, let's say C major. That's the most common key. C major. And I'm going to limit my BPM to, let's find out only what it gives me at 97. And then I'm going to tell it, I want my instruments to be keys. And then the only thing that it's going to show me are loops in the key of C major, and, well, their BPMs are a little bit off, but I didn't set a BPM. Yeah, I did. Oh, I see. So any of these loops is going to go together if you tempo time it correctly, because all of them are tagged C major, C major, C major, C major, C major. So that's what you're looking for. If it says C mine, M-I-N, that's a different key completely. So set your key to one specific key in Splice if you're having troubles, and that way everything that it serves you up is going to be in the same single key. Okay, hopefully that helps. All right, Emmanuel, good luck. Daniel asks, hey Ken, Crest factor can often be the difference between good and great. Is it something that you think about consciously in your mixing work? No. I don't remember what crest factor even means. And I have never once ever thought about it in a session. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. And that doesn't mean that if you're aware of it and, you know, using it as a tool, that it's not effective. I just never have. I don't even know crest. I don't know. I used to see that on Neve consoles all the time, and I didn't know what it was then either. And, you know, I just use my ears. They're usually my best guide. Let's see. We have. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, where's my next? Here we go. Kev J asks, "Hey Ken, during your mix sessions, how often do you take a break, and how long should it be before you go back into mix?" So one thing that I've been doing lately to great effect is not necessarily taking breaks, but unhooking the Wi-Fi. And I have a Ethernet here, so I literally will just unhook the Ethernet out of the back of the computer while I'm working, because I have found that it's way, way, way too habitually easy to just pull up a browser and get distracted with something. And the funny thing is that when I disconnect the Ethernet, there's probably 4 to 8 times an hour that I'm laughing at myself because I'm trying to pull up a browser or my email or some other internet distraction that is a distraction. And, you know, I'm trying to be much better about just being focused while I'm working so that I can, you know, work a shorter period of time, do more damage, and then do more fun things. Enjoy life a little bit more and not work so much. I don't want to work so much. I just like money. My wife is screaming liar from the other room. Hey, when I'm in Ecuador, I slow down. There is no doubt about that. Okay. Hero asks, "Hey Ken, how do you mix faster?" Hero, did you see the intro of the show? Sprint mixes, baby. Hero, sprint mixes. I'm telling you. Sprint mixes, hey Mazakeen Lewis. Sprint mixes are the fastest way to get faster at mixing. And the idea behind sprint mixes is not to mix fast. It is to build your instincts and your skills and your ability to set 2 levels, be confident that you have the right level basically set, and move on to the next thing. And do that as fast as possible with as many tracks as possible so that everything gets into your mix as quickly as possible so that you're mixing the entire song and all of its elements instead of getting like the ultimate drum sound on its own. And then when you pile on all the guitars and bass and everything else, the drums sound like shit, because that's not mixing. Okay, levels. Levels are the most important thing. Okay. But check out the sprint mixes, Hero. I got a bunch of them at my school. If you didn't know I have a school, audioschoolonline.com. Check out the sprint mixes there. They're so much fun. And I'm going to close the show with a killer song. This song called The Upside Down that I sprint mixed. I think I did it in January or maybe early February. And I've been itching to give that one another run. So I'm going to close the show with it tonight. Stick around for it. Let's see. You know what? I have to give a humongous shout out to Mike Heebz. Follow him on Instagram at Mike Heebz, Heebz. He created this whole entire playlist for me. Mike Heebz, thank you so much, dude. This was fucking amazing. So he basically went through my discography and found all of the songs on Spotify and assembled them into a single playlist. And there's 577 songs. Oh God. So here's a fun thing I like to do. I've just been kind of like scrolling and then stopping and see what comes up. So, Sabotage. I did that. Sabotage did the original Christmas Eve Sarajevo. That's a huge Trans-Siberian Orchestra hit. Before Trans-Siberian Orchestra, it was Sabotage. Dawn Penn, no. I did the remix of this. That was a huge... That got me a lot of Jamaican work, actually. Everybody Wants You, Johnny Orlando. Loic Noté, incredible singer. Jesus, he's incredible. Kanye West, To the World, R. Kelly. I never met R. Kelly, fortunately. I don't want to. I have no desire. Eminem, Royce da 5'9". I'm just like, yeah, you get the idea. BTS. It's fucking ridiculous. So anyway, I've been pouring through this and really like catching up on just, you know, it's like searching the memory banks. It's really cool. So I really appreciate you doing this, Mike. That was very, very cool, and I've been digging into it. So check out the Jedi Master playlist if you want to hear some of my work. And if you want to know specific roles of what I actually did on each of these songs, then you got to hunt on my discography, which is at kenlewis.com. And hey, Mazzy. Mazzy is treat hounding hardcore tonight. I know, babe. I know. Daddy's taking care of you. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Hold. Okay. This is interesting. Gray asks, what separates a good mix from a great mix? Okay. When we started Mixing Night, by the way, next episode, March 31st, is our anniversary, our 1-year anniversary episode. Please join us. It's going to be awesome. We're giving away a huge Arturia Total Studio package worth $2,700 live on air. Somebody's going to win it. If you want to enter the contest, the link is in the description for the video you are watching right now. So open up a new tab and enter the contest while you're watching. Don't leave us. Come back. Come on. Yeah, enter the contest. But yeah, so I can't remember why I told you on the 31st. But yeah, we're doing a big anniversary show on the 31st. There was a reason for that, and she's great. The difference between a good mix and a great mix. So when the lockdown happened, Mixing Night co-founder Dominic Ravinius happened to be over here on a business trip, and he locked down with us. There was nowhere to go, so he ended up staying with us for a couple months, and he's a dope mixer. So, and you know, while he was hanging out here and we were putting together the Mixing Night broadcasts, you know, I would give him like mix training every now and then, and he would do a full final mix on the SSL, and then I would come in and I would listen to it, and he would be like, all right, what do you think? And probably 2 or 3 different times this happened where I sat down and just gave it a few listens, and then I made only 4 or 5 moves total, and the mix completely came together in a way that his didn't. And that's got to be, for him, the most reassuring and frustrating thing at the same time, because you're so close and you don't know how to get there. But knowing where the finish line is takes a lot of practice. And there's no, unless you're just really gifted, and I'm not really gifted. I had to work and learn this shit. You know, knowing where the finish line is an acquired is an acquired skill. That is a real acquired skill, and I have acquired it. Jason Lee asks, hey Ken, what brand of coffee should I be drinking if I want to have 103 gold records? Jason, you need to ask Rory Miller, because that dude brought over some coffee that I'm drinking right now, and I threw away the box, which was a colossal mistake, but the coffee is amazing. You know, cold brew iced coffee is a lot like red wine in that every batch is different and depends on the quality of the beans and how you roast it and how you know, all that stuff. Man, I love iced coffee. And it's nothing like regular coffee. It's not bitter. It almost tastes like chocolate. If you're not on the iced coffee thing, man, come on. All right. Marcus Manderson. I'm going to go to your Mixing Night Man of Mystery segment in a moment, and before I do, I'm going to get to your question, which I found hilarious. Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, asks, hey Ken, It looks like the RIAA has Elvis as having the most gold or higher certifications. You have passed this number. Have you thought about reaching out to the RIAA to give you the official title of most gold records? I have more gold blacks than Elvis. That's stupid. No, I don't. I think Elvis's are slightly more important than mine. I don't think, my roles on a record really compare to his. So, but it's nice that I passed him. That feels great. Okay. Matt asks, if and when do you use an expander? I usually don't. I don't. Rarely. I mean, I'll use like expanders as gates sometimes a little bit, just real gentle, and if there's room rumble and shit like that, I'll clean stuff up. But okay. What was I going to next? Okay. Last night I did this Clubhouse. If you're not on Clubhouse, you need an iPhone to be on Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse, come find me, Ken Lewis. I'm on there under my exact name. And Clubhouse is a fantastic way to remove all of the middlemen from the people that you either want to hear from or get to. And you have to be really respectful and you have to work at it, but you can make incredible connections on Clubhouse. I mean, just incredible. I certainly have been. Anyway, so last night I did this. The BTS ARMY invited me to do a talk, me and Bob Horn, with Bora Park in the BTS ARMY room on Clubhouse. And they told me I did not know this. So I think it was 2018. The group, BTS, they spoke at the UN General Assembly. RM, the leader of BTS, addressed the UN General Assembly with the group. The next day, RM came out to my house here in this studio and finished up his EP, Mono. And I never knew they did a documentary for it. I had no idea. And so they're telling me in the BTS room last night, they're like, yeah, when we saw the documentary for Mono, I was like, hold on, what? Okay, so anyway, this is just under 2 minutes. This is just a little section with RM here at the studio. So if you're a BTS fan, you'll love this. If not, then take a 2-minute break and come back to us. Yeah, man. Love those guys. I'll play 20 seconds of one of the songs that we did, if I can pull it up. Yeah, Forever Rain. God, I love this song. I am a very, very, very lucky man to have worked with them for so long. With some, I've done 36 or 37 mixes for BTS by now. Just one of the honors of my career. Okay, what's next? Ear training. Oh, it's happening. Ear training. What's that? Not. Oh, yeah. Sure. I'm gonna go to Marcus later. I'm gonna do ear training first. If I can get it open. Here, why don't I just launch it from there? Save. All right. I'm getting used to this Stream Deck thing. I don't have it fully functional yet, but it's coming. Okay. Ear training. If you haven't downloaded the worksheet is in the description. Open up a new tab and download the worksheet so you can follow along. So, and then it has this whole big spiel. The song is Temptation by Sugar Jesus featuring KRN. Killer song. I sprint mix it every now and then around here, and I mix the original. So rapid fire frequencies. There are 20 sections in a row. They're all 4 bars long, and it never stops. 1, 2, it just, every single segment is a different frequency that's radically boosted. And you have to tell me which frequency is boosted on each different segment. But there's no breaks. It's not going to stop. You have to pay attention and be looking at the screen, because most of the time I'm not going to tell you which number that we are on. You have to be paying attention while listening, knowing what the number is, seeing where the meters are moving and where the mouse is, and then analyze, tell me the frequency, and before the next one comes up. Haha, it's not as easy as you think. And of course, there's a twist. One of the 20 has no EQ at all. So, yeah, how's that for second guessing yourself? Okay, is that, oh, there are 2 twists. And no frequency is repeated twice. So every single one is going to be a different guess. Although there's a lot of, like, you know, the hundreds are all pretty much represented. The thousands are all pretty much represented. I kept it on the evens. 100, 200, 300, 1K, 2K, 3K. You get it. So without further ado, grab your worksheet, and I'm going to play you. This section right here is the beginning of the mix with no EQ. And then as soon as you hit 1, you're in it. I'm not going to say a word. You need to pay attention and listen. So here's Temptation, rapid fire frequencies. Good luck.
Come and follow me. Let me be the air you breathe. I'm your fantasy. Once you come, you never leave. Want you to be there to feel
2.
me. Get inside your head. Hold you over the edge. You won't never forget. I'm gonna heal you, steal you away from yourself. Put you under my spell. Got you under my spell.
Give your love to me. Let me be the air you breathe. Temptation, you belong to me. Let me be the air you breathe.
Seven.
'Come and follow me. I've been flowing through your dreams. Give me what I need. Your devotion endlessly. Want you to be there.
10.
Feel me get inside your head. Hold you over the edge. You won't never forget. I'm gonna heal you, steal you away from yourself. Put you under my spell. Got you under my spell.
Give your love to me. Let me be the air you breathe.
15.
Let me be the air you breathe.
How are you guys doing so far? All right, one more listen through and then the reveal. I'm going to start with the un-EQ'd, the first one, and then it's into 1. You guys got to pay attention.
Come and follow me. Let me be the air you
1.
I'm your fantasy. Once you come, you never leave. Want you to be there to feel me get inside your head. Hold you over the edge. You won't never forget. I'm gonna heal you, steal you away from yourself. Put you under my spell. Put you under my spell.
4.
Give your love to me. Let me be the air you breathe. Temptation, you belong to me. Let me be the air you breathe.
7. 11. 13. 18. 'All right, how did you do? I'm going to put the answer sheet up on the right of the screen, and then I'm going to play through it one more time so you can compare your answers to the actual answers. All right, here's 1 through 10. I'll just put them all up so you can evaluate. All right, one more listen through just so you can hear all of the different changes. Starts with nothing before it hits 1.
Come and follow me. Let me be the air you breathe.
1.
I'm your fantasy. Once you come, you never leave. Want you to be there to feel me get inside your
5K.
hold you over the edge. You won't never forget. I'm gonna heal you.
1K.
Away from yourself. Put you under my spell. Put you under my spell.
200.
Give your love to me. Let me be the air you breathe.
7K.
Let me be the air you breathe.
100 hertz. Feel that kick thumping. 6K. 10K. 700 hertz. 'No EQ. 60 hertz. Feel that sub. 4K. Feel that piercing upper mid-range. 600 hertz. Sounds a little honky. 12K, super, super high, super bright. 300 hertz, lower mids. 900 hertz, really radio-ish honk. 16K, just air, only air. Feel those hi-hats really jump out. 8K, you feel like the upper mids of the hi-hats really biting. 3K right in the center. $800. All right, how did y'all do? Post up on the chat roll. Let me see. I got 0 right. Oh God, sorry, FBI. Oh man, I don't think y'all did so well on this one. This must have been a super challenge. You guys got to tell me what your favorite ear trainings are, and what I should bring back more often. I'm liking the rapid fire frequencies. Let's see if you guys do. I think I may bring back instrument identification battle next time. We'll see. Okay. All right. Hope you did great on ear training. What is next on the Price is Right? I am gonna take a moment of silence because we've lost over 500,000 people in America alone from the coronavirus. That is just more people than America lost during World War II and World War I combined. Just staggering. So please join me for the next 10 or 15 seconds and let's just reflect on what we've lost and where we're going. Thank you. All right. Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, brings you another fantastic segment on vocal tuning processors and Formant processors. So check it out. This is a 4-minute segment. I'll be right back with you in 4 minutes. Enjoy Marcus Manderson.
What's good? This is Marcus the Fingers Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, back with another Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment on Mixing Night. A lot of M's in there. This is all about auto-tuning vocal effects. Not necessarily auto-tune, which we will get into, but auto-tune and some of the alternative options, including some free options. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with some of the popular ones you do know. We're going to start with Melodyne 5 by Solemnity. Melodyne, currently they're in version 5, but you get that pitch bending effect that you might be looking for. A lot of people call it Melodyne. You can get it for as low as $99. For a version, or as high as $150. If you currently have a Melodyne version, you can get an update for $50. So there you go. You can read more about it on solemnity.com. That's a weird company name, but I love it. So Melodyne 5. Next we have Autotune by Antares Tech. Autotune has been around for years, I think decades now at this point. Again, you can do a 14-day free trial for that. You can subscribe to an Autotune subscription, or you can just buy the plugin outright. I believe you can buy different levels up to $6.99 or from as low as $99. And you can get just the auto key to help detect the key of your song just for $49. But go to antarestech.com to read more about Autotune and the different bundles and options you can get there. Next we have Waves Tune, again by Waves. This is $36 right now, currently on sale. Normally it's $250. A lot of times you can find a lot of great Waves plugins on sale. But again, for that pitch vocal tuning effect, Waves Tune is another option there for you. And then Nectar 3 by Isotope. Again, this is a suite of vocal plugins, but it includes pitch shifting that you can use on vocals. You have a 10-day free trial you can use there. Nectar 3 is the current version of Nectar that they're out with right now. So definitely check that out on isotope.com website. You also have Little Altar Boy by Sound Toys for $99. You can get that vocal formant and pitch shifting. You also can find those plugins on sale a lot throughout the year, but it has very sleek interface, very minimal, only a few knobs there, so you can really tune into what you want, and they have a lot of presets. So next we'll go over the free options that you have available for vocal tuning. We will start with M Auto Pitch, which is part of the Melda Production M Free Effects bundle, and this is basically a really inexpensive free way to get the auto tune effect for your vocals. You can look at the GUI there. You can read more about it at meldaproduction.com. But again, that M Auto Pitch is part of that free effects bundle, which comes with over 30 free plugins, and that pitch, M Auto Pitch, is one of them. Next we have Auburn Sounds Graillon 2. I don't know how to say that. Graillon 2. This is a free plugin, or you can buy it. The free plugin comes with limited options. Again, you see the GUI here. That Bit Crusher, for example, is not in the free version. That's only in the paid version, but you still get to do some of those great effects and pitch shifting and things with the free version. You can go to auburnsounds.com, look for Graillon 2, and read some of the information there that tells you the differences. The free edition gets the pitch shifting and pitch correction. The full edition gets everything else, but the free edition can get you by with what you may be working on for your project. And finally, we have Veloco, which is a great minimal plugin. Again, you see the GUI there, and has a couple. I think it has like 6 presets, but a free VST and AU plugin that you can use in your productions on Windows or Mac. They also have an iOS app that they are developing. The plugin for the desktop options are currently in beta mode, as they're focusing more on the iOS app and the Android app that they have. So you can get it on all those platforms. Veloco, again, is free on the desktop. I don't know if it's free on the mobile apps, but again, check those out. You can compare them all. You have a couple of options there, some free options, some paid. Definitely check them out. Again, this is Marcus Manderson, aka DeFingers, with another Mixing Night Man of Mystery. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right, peace.
Marcus Manderson, thank you again for another great segment. Always appreciated, buddy. Okay, back to a little bit of Q&A before the beat challenge. Timothy Benjamin asks, hey Ken, any tips on making your vocals stand out in a busy mix, especially in the mids? I usually use compression over automation. I usually automate mostly in sections. So like the verse might be one level, and then I might automate up the entire pre, and then maybe the last couple words into the chorus, and then that kind of stuff. But I don't automate every word. I let compression do that. And the mid-range, you got to be really careful to not get too harsh with the mid-range. Plugins like Soothe 2 and Gullfoss can kind of help with that, but you can overuse those and ruin them too really fast, so you got to be careful. And then some of my favorite mid-range EQs are like the UAD Pultec Pro Legacy, the Empirical Labs Big Freak is a great equalizer. I use that all the time. Okay. Jonas from Germany asks, hey Jonas from Germany, how do you manage to step back from the mixing process with listening to a bunch of single tracks? Okay, I think what you're asking is, how do you know when you're done? Or how do you just listen to a song as a song? Here is how you give yourself a different perspective when you're mixing. All you got to do is this. That's it. Push your chair back 3 feet and then hit play, and don't touch anything. I guarantee you will hear that mix completely different. There will be things that pop out to you that seem dead obvious that 2 minutes earlier didn't stand out at all. And it's just a change in perspective. The other thing that I do is the down the hall or down the stairs test, where I'll walk out the studio and I'll sit at the bottom of the staircase and I'll crank the fucking speakers up and I'll just listen. And what I'm listening for is coherency. Does it sound like a finished song? Do I hear all of the vocals? Where am I at with things? And if I don't hear, like if I need vocal rides or something, I'm constantly up and down the stairs until I can listen through one time without having to run back and make changes. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's go to the beat challenge. Beat challenge was fun this week. Oh man, we had so many absolutely insanely cool entries. It was judging was just like, you know, there's no way to properly judge something like this because every single submission was just so fucking dope. But I had to narrow it down to 10, so I did. And okay, so if you don't know what the beat challenge is, we run these all the time. Over at the Discord channel. We have a Mixing Night Discord channel. If you're not on there, man, go follow up with the Mixing Night community over there. It's just a bunch of really great people exchanging ideas and creatives, and I'm post there all the time too. Okay, so I fed up a royalty-free loop, which I will play for you in a moment, and then I asked you guys to do whatever you wanted with it. Flip it, turn it around, make a different beat, write a song. There are no rules. Just have fun with it. And so we got a ton of submissions back. Here are the top 10 submissions. And I'll play you. Here's the original loop that I fed you guys. Okay, so that was the loop. Here's what some of you lunatics did with it. This is Abraham Knowlton. Great one to kick it off. What? Man, I could write a song to that right now. Great job, Abraham. I'm going to butcher this name. Dags? Another sick entry. Listen to this shit. Love it. Jamie Heatley. Is that how you say your last name? You gotta tell me.
You come to play. You... I think we go now.
The answer to your question is yes. You fight for me, you get to kill the English.
Excellent! You come to play a three-man. Three-man you are. What will you do without freedom? I am on the wall. That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Nice. Okay, Jason Lee. You know, I don't know who the girl is. I'm sorry. I would shout out the girl too. Great voice, Jason. Okay, this is Jason Lee. Okay, apparently that singer is named Shiv. So that's Jason Lee and Shiv. Beautiful job. Okay, this is Loutwork. This dude went in. It's like 5 minutes of utter controlled chaos. I'm just going to jump around so you can really hear some of the different sections that Lautwerk did. This is so cool. Dude went in. Lautwerk, I'd be interested, if you're on the chat roll, to know what synthesizers you used. If those are real analog synths, or if you used modeling, or what. It sounds to me like the Arturia stuff. And if you're just tuning in, we're doing a big Arturia Total Studio giveaway, $2,700. We're giving it away next show, March 31st. The link to enter is in the description, so enter there. But these all sound like Arturia synths to me. Arturia does all the modeling of all the vintage stuff. Okay. Lautwerk, amazing work, dude. Sound incredible. Okay. Sam Champagne. Super dope. Matt Thrasher. Very cool. MBI. MBI went into. This whole thing is nuts.
Oh, there is nothing you can say.
Yeah, it was like a whole journey in there. It's amazing. Marcus Manderson, aka Da Fingers on the Beat. And Len Kuis did not enter this week. So the winner is the collaboration of Rory Miller and Sam Champagne. Congratulations, you two. This is freaking amazing.
Through the thick and the thin, all the pain, but I ain't scared. If you wanna go, we can go. You can take me there. You are not alone on your own. I'll be right here. I'm not scared. Scared to go deep in. won't let them ever burn you again.
Yeah, man, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Congrats, you two. That's amazing collaboration. You guys rock. Everybody, I'm telling you, if I didn't play your thing and you submitted, I listened to every minute, every second of every single entry, and there wasn't a bad one in the bunch. It was just really like, I don't know, you know. So enter the next one, and maybe we'll get you on here. Where is... Okay. Oh, yeah, I still have a couple questions to get through. Josh S. from the chat roll asks, hey, Ken, do you have any tips for balancing relationships with never-ending grind of music, or is it just about finding that right, understanding significant other? Well, it's definitely that. I mean, the real deal is I always thought I would be the broke one and she would take care of me. And it just so happened that, I mean, she's always done well, but I somehow found my way through a really successful career in the music industry. So who knew? So me and Lori have been together forever. I mean, there's, you know, she was there since before any of this happened, so she's really well grounded with it, and she understands the craziness that this business has. But having said that, I try to take personal time, even though I pretty much work 7 days a week. I try to take personal time every single day and really spend some quality time with her, just so I can, you know, enjoy life and try and keep that balance. So don't only work, you know, you need a life too. But, you know, work is important. Let's see here. Okay. Gary Cedar asks, hey, Ken, how do I take a potentially Grammy Award winning demo I wrote and produced and get it into the hands of the right producer and artist that could make it a commercial success? Okay, so Gary, you're a songwriter and you think you've written an incredible song, and now you're trying to find an artist to cut that song. So most likely so step one is find a way to make a great demo. I don't know where you're at with it, but you know, people do it every day. So find a way to make a great demo of the song, even if it's just piano vocal or acoustic guitar vocal, as long as this is the key. As long as the song translates powerfully, that's what's important. So it could be a full production, it could be a piano vocal, as long as the connection to the song is super powerful. And then go hit up publishers. You know, publishers are the people who shop tracks all day, every day for placements. Usually they don't do a great job of it, but, you know, it's not an easy thing to do. It's really, 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 really hard to get placements. Hate to tell you. It just is. Okay, Siraj asks, hey, Ken, doesn't adding more effects or inserts on a channel strip create latency? No. Well, it does if you don't have latency correction. In Pro Tools, it's called delay compensation. So in the options menu on Pro Tools, all the way at the bottom, you've got to have delay compensation checkmarked. And then if you have delay compensation checkmarked, then you will you can also see it on your mixer page here. If these are green, then your delay compensation is working. If these are grayed out, then your tracks are going to misalign every time you add another plugin. And I just assume that every DAW has some sort of delay compensation built into it. They must. They have to. So, hey, Mazzy. If you haven't met Mazakeen Rosebud Tulip Bluish, here she is. She's been hanging with us this fine evening. Oh, hellhounds need love too. Okay, she's been a great addition to this family. We've had her just over a year. She was 7 years old when we adopted her out of a shelter. She came from South Carolina. She had been in the shelter for 1 year and probably wasn't going to leave that shelter. And we grabbed her. Oh, what a gem. Okay. Lucas asks, hey, Ken, how do I keep my snare snappy, warm, and full without overcrowding the low mids and making it sound boxy? What's an EQ strategy that you would suggest to work that to work that boxiness out and get more life from the snare. Okay. Every snare is different, so you know. But it's going to take me a second to pull up another session, but I'm gonna pull up the cooler session again, and boom, and I'll show you a couple of my favorite plugins for smacking the snare drum. The first one is Waves Eddie Kramer drums. That snare setting on the Waves Eddie Kramer drums is like religion. It's just it you put it on and you'll hear it in a second. I'll find something to add it to. Hey, babe girl. She's so demanding. Okay. I don't think I have. I think that's all my questions. Okay, this will be up in a half a second, and then I will show you more stuff. And in a moment, I'm going to be closing the show with a sprint mix of the Upside Down, which I sprint mixed for the first time, I think, in the beginning of February. Oh, it's a killer song. So stick around for that one. That was super beast mode. Okay, what am I doing here? What the fuck am I trying to show you? Oh, yeah, snares. Okay, where are my snares? All right, let's go with this one. Eddie Kramer drums. So here's in bypass. I'm going to turn this up just so you can hear it. And then you can change the bass profile of it. This isn't the best one to show it on, man. If you put this on a normal wimpy snare drum, it just smacks it. So yeah, okay, you get the idea. Try the Eddie Kramer drums on the snare setting on your snare, and it might just be the sauce. Oh, we lost the Mazzy cam. Bummer. Okay. Questions from the chat roll? Otherwise, I'm going to go straight to the sprint mix and close the show. Thank you for hanging out with me. So if you haven't entered the Arturia giveaway yet, we're giving away a total Arturia Studio next broadcast, March 31st. The entry link is in the description for the video you're watching right now, so open up a new tab and enter. We're going to give it away live on... oh, yeah. I guess I can... Yeah, I can do a little bit of a mix breakdown on Cooler. I was supposed to do that, wasn't I? Okay. All right, so I was going to do more of a mix breakdown on this, but here's Cooler.
Green tea, 'cause when I drink coffee I get jittery, and I'm already nervous.
Okay, so this is the full mix. Here's the full session. Keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. It has 144 voices. So stereo track has 2 voices. Mono track has 1. So this has a total of 144 voices in the entire session. That's how much I have to manage and balance and deal with. And so you see that I've prepped my session really cleanly so that everything is strip silenced and organized well and labeled very simply. You won't see anything that takes up more space than what the channel strip will take up, so that I can look, it's not just some jumble of letters. I can understand every single thing on the left. Everything is color coded. I use specific color coding, like blue is always drums, pink is always backgrounds, red is always lead vocals, green for guitars, brown for sound effects, stuff like that. So visually, I can just look at my session at any time and know exactly where I'm at with it. But here's the amazing thing. Look how few plugins I'm using. This is all the music. This is all the music, and I'm using almost no plugins. Here we get to some guitars. I'm reamping a couple guitars. I'm using Soothe on a couple guitars. What did I use Soothe on? The guitar chords? Cool. Okay, interesting. And I used the UBK1 on Splat on the clean guitar. The Splat setting on the UBK1 is like if you have something that needs more of a point on it. The UBK1 Splat is great for letting the initial transient through, and then it just pushes the entire it's just like, it's great. It has a sound. You hear this compression, but if you want to hear the compression and you want to hear what that does, it's a great one. And you see how little I'm doing on any of these channels. There's almost nothing going on. And you know why? Because it was recorded really well. It was produced really well. It was, written really well. And that makes a mixer's job super easy. So then it becomes more about balances and things like that. But let me, do you guys see this? Oh my goodness. I know. I'm going to play you the rough mix against the final. So when you see me switching like this, well, you'll hear it. I've basically level matched these. So the RMS is roughly equal between the two when I switch them. And you'll hear the radical difference in the sound of the mix. So here is the rough compared to the final, starting with the final.
I swear I will be smoother. I promise I'll be cooler. No, I won't be no loser. Blow your mind with conversation. Won't believe the transformation. I promise I'll be cooler. Ooh-la, so cool.
Now, one of the first things that you notice is his snare is loud as and my snare is a little bit buried. But my mix sounds huge, and his mix sounds like there's a snare drum leading the way and the vocals are buried. So you've got to understand that the most important thing, once again, is levels. He could have gotten so much more overall level out of his mix if his drums had come down a little bit and he had just rebalanced things, which is what I did.
I swear I will be smoother. I promise I'll be cooler.
Okay, let me play the verse, same kind of thing.
Green tea, cause when I drink coffee I get jittery, and I'm already nervous when you're next to me. I pray to my watch, the time would just stop. I don't know what to say cause I don't talk a lot. Green tea.
So, and a lot of people ask you, like, what's the difference between a demo or like a rough mix and a final? Well, that's it. There it is. So, when I started this mix, I listened to the rough mix maybe 4, 5, 6 times through, got a real good sense of what the song was, and started to get a picture in my head of where I wanted to take it. And then I just turned off my tech brain and went on autopilot, and I just mixed and didn't think about it for the longest time, which is probably why there are so few plugins. Because if you're not thinking while you're working, your mind doesn't stray towards, oh, well, what plugin should I put on this? What your mind should be thinking is, what am I listening to? Okay, what is this piece of music telling me? Or what is this instrument telling me? Or what is this vocal telling me? Do I need to change it? Do I want to change it? And if so, how? Okay, equalization, compression. Okay, you start answering your questions of what does this song need? What does this part need? And then when you know what you want to do, then you pick the right tool to accomplish that mission. That's mixing. That's the whole thing. Far too early when you're new at this, you use all your plugins, and you got to learn them, and you got to get, Okay, what else can I show you on this? Seon asks from the chat roll, hey Ken, would you recommend mixing in the same project file or exporting the stems and mixing in a new project. I see. I mean, if it was recorded in Pro Tools, I usually just keep it in Pro Tools, and I'll do a save as. I won't do it in the same thing. I'll, whatever the session is ready to mix. Even when a mix comes in, the very, very first thing you do is save as, just so that you can instantly get back to exactly what they sent you, if you ever need to. So there you go. Let's see, what other cool things. I already broke down the mix bus on this a bit. Let me show you the whole mix bus, because this is I think the mix bus was a really make or break for this song, because there's so little going on all the channels. It was really just shaping how things were feeding into that. Here, I'll start with nothing, and then I'll add everything back, and you can hear how it evolves.
I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic, bring a better sense of humor. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic, bring a better sense of humor. I promise I'll be cooler. No, I won't be no loser. Blow your mind with conversation, won't believe the transformation. I promise I'll be cooler. I swear I will be smoother. Oh, in my leather jacket, I'll be more enthusiastic, bring a better sense of humor. I promise I'll be cooler.
That's it. That's the whole mix bus. I'm not doing anything really special at all. It's just listening and touching up the song for what it needs. There's, I think most people just overthink mixing a little bit too much. And so I use the Slate FGX. It's a good mix bus finisher. There's no problem with the FGX at all. But I only use it for a meter. And I trust the RMS meter on this. Usually when my mixes are sitting in their loudest section, when their RMS is around -7 to -9, is where the sweet spot in volume for me is on a final mix. And that's basically mastered volume. And then once a client approves a mix, or we finish an artist mix or whatever it is, then I'll send off to the mastering engineer, and I will remove the last stage limiter. So in this case, it would be the Pro L2. So I would do a pass with the Pro L2, so it's completely finished and mastered as good as I can get it, and then I would just bypass this and print it again. And I would send the main and the main uncompressed both to the mastering engineer, so that he can hear the main, what was approved by everybody who needed to approve it, and then he can work from the uncompressed to hopefully match or beat my main pass. So that's basically how that works. So anytime I send off a mix to a client, it sounds as completely radio ready or streaming ready, finished as I can make it. And then I revise as many rounds of revisions as needed until, they get the exact mix that they want and everybody is happy, and we're done. And then I print finals and stems, and that's basically the process. Okay, I'm going to get on to sprint mixing. I'm going to sprint mix the upside down. I did this. Here's the credits. The artist is The Breakers. There's your credit. Where's the upside down sprint? Boom. I like that Stream Deck. It's convenient. The other good thing about the Stream Deck, when it's right in front of me while I'm doing the broadcast, is it's a great visual reminder of like, oh shit, I've still got to get to Marcus and the Beat Challenge. And, so I'm guessing that when I start incorporating the Stream Deck into like my regular mixing flow, I'll be able to just do launches with it, and I'll program a whole bunch of, individual launch things to speed up my workflow. But for a live broadcast, it seems to be going really well, and I think I'm barely scratching the surface with how I'm using it so far. So hopefully I'll be using it more. Okay, 10 minutes on the clock. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. This has been Ken Lewis and Mixing Night. Mask up, people. It's still dangerous out there. 500,000 deaths in America. I just can't even That number is so surreal. And I hope you don't know anybody who was one of them, but I do. Okay. 10 minutes on the clock. The Upside Down, the Breakers. This has been Mixing Night with Ken Lewis. Thank you for joining me. Arturia giveaway, March 31st on the anniversary show. Come join us for it. Oh, it's going to be a fucking fantastic show. I'm going to shut up and rock out the rest of the night. Good night, everybody. You have a great night. Mazzy says good night, too. There you go, Maz. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. An evil smile with a brand new sheen. He's selling lies from a TV screen. Can't even think for myself. Is this the up? Is this the upside? Is this the upside? Here's a charade now, watch it parade now. The ship is burning. Trapped in a black hole, where did my mind go? I can't even think. Is this the up? Is this the upside? Is this the upside? Here's a charade now, watch it. The ship is trapped in a black hole, where did my mind go? I can't even think for myself. Is this the upside? Is this the upside? Here's a charade now, marching parade now. The ship is burning. Trapped in a black hole, where did my mind go? I can't even think for myself. Is this the up? Is this the upside? Is this the upside? Days are getting heavy. Thought I'd be different as time goes. I can't let it pass me by. I can't help but try before the river runs dry.
5 minutes and everything is in the mix. I got 5 more minutes to sort it all.
To fall in line, throwing punches only feeds the beast. Another victim of the big machine. Here's a charade now, marching parade now. The ship is burning, trapped in a black hole. Where did my mind go? I can't even think of myself. Is this the end? Is this the end? Is this the upside? Down, down, down. There are spots, but I can't be certain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. An evil smile with a brand new sheen. Now the ship is myself. Is this the end? Trapped in a black hole, where did my mind go? I can't think of myself. Is this the end? Is this the side? Is this the upside? Down, down, down. There are spies, but I can't be certain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. An evil smile with a brand new leaders and kings of different kinds. They all try to change my mind. I'm living life on a bended knee and suffocating on hypocrisy. Leaders and kings of different kinds. They all try to change my mind. I'm moving right. They're waiting on me to fall in line. Throwing punches only feeds the beast. On a bended certain. An evil smile with a brand new sheen. I'm marching parade now. The ship is burning. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. An evil. Here's a charade now, marching parade now. The ship is
right, that's it. 10 minutes, start to finish. I'm gonna. Oh, there it is. All right, thank you for joining me for mixing night. My name's Ken Lewis, and I'm gonna play this out and call it a night. Mazakeen Lewis would like to wish you a great evening. Thank you for hanging with me. And here is the Breakers with the Upside Down.
Leaders and kings of different kinds, they all trying to change my mind. I'm living life on a bended knee and suffocating on hypocrisy. They're looking left and moving right. They're waiting on me to fall in line. Throwing punches only feeds the beast. Another victim of the big machine. Here's a charade now, marching parade now. The ship is burning. Trapped in a black hole, where did my mind go? I can't even think for myself. Is this the other? Is this the upside? Is this the upside? There are spies, but I can't be certain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. An evil smile with a brand new sheen. He's selling lies from a TV screen. Here's a charade now, marching parade now. The ship is burning. Trapped in a black hole, where did my mind go? I can't even think for myself. Is this the up? Is this the upside? Is this the upside? When I'm running steady, my legs are getting